All right, what's up guys? Well, I have a very dirty 2017 M3 that I need to do a wash today. It's kind of like an intermediate wash. It probably should be a full decon, but just an intermediate wash today. Just got back from a road trip. So very dirty M3, but I also have 5 new products that I want to test out today. New to me, not the market, but nonetheless, 5 new products that I want to try that each have their own place in the wash process. However, I thought that trying to cram all 5 of these as like a test and review in one video would be a little bit overkill. So instead, I'm going to break these up by manufacturer. So I have 2 products from OBDII and 3 from GYEON. So if you want to check this one out, we're going to focus on the GYEON stuff today. If you like this video, if you watched it all the way through, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, because the OBDII stuff will be coming out shortly after that. So let me go ahead and stage the GYEON stuff, talk about what I got here, and then we'll get to the wash. Okay, now before we get into the GYEON products and what they are, about a week or so ago, GYEON, who I consider to be, and I think most people consider to be, like a major detailing products company, reached out and was interested in supporting the channel. Like, how can we help? And you know, they offered to send some of these products for me to test and review at no charge. So huge shout out to Alex from GYEON. He's the one who reached out, got in touch, and sent me these things to try. So it's not a sponsored video in the sense that it was not paid for, not that I think that matters either, but it was not a paid for video, but I did not pay for these products. So again, full disclaimer. So with that out of the way, let's talk about what the products actually are and what we're gonna be trying out today. So first off, I got some wet coat here, iron wheel cleaner, and the silk dryer towel. Now, first of all, the wet coat. So wet coat is essentially like a spray sealant that you do at the very end of the wash process. In general, whenever I test anything, whenever I'm gonna use a product, I try not to like read about it ahead of time or see anything like that that's like any kind of review or anything. But wet coat does happen to be a product that I did look into a little bit before GYEON offered to send it out to me. So I have seen a couple of things about this. One of the things that I do remember is seeing that some people like to use this particularly on their wheels. Because again, as a coating, and where you usually have the biggest problem is brake dust on your wheels. So using this on your wheels, even though it's safe for off, you use it on all surfaces, paint, glass, trim, wheels, everything on the outside of your car is what wet coat can be used on. But I have seen that a lot of people like to use it on wheels so that the next time that they clean their car, the next time they wash it off, the brake dust and things like that that typically get embedded into the wheels is a lot easier to remove. So just a heads up about that. Next up, we have an iron wheel cleaner. So this essentially is a wheel cleaner with an iron remover combined. If you were familiar with the decontamination process, an iron remover is what you do generally before you do your clay bar process. We'll see how it actually works, but I do like the idea of having that mixed in because it just means that if I am doing a decon wash, when I eventually get to the step when I am doing the iron remover, I don't really have to worry about the wheels. It's kind of already been done because regardless of how I'm washing my car, wheels are always first. And then if it is a decon wash and you're going through and doing the iron remover, you don't have to worry about wheels. You can just focus on paint, glass, and stuff like that. And the last product is the silk dryer towel. Now, if you've seen any of my past videos, you know I typically use an Ego leaf blower to dry off the car after a wash. I'm actually gonna take a little section of the car and hit it with a leaf blower just to see the hydrophobic properties if they're immediate with the wet coat. But for the rest of the car, in order to test out the towel, we'll use the silk dryer to do the rest of the drying. But I'm kind of curious to see a cross between the hydrophobic properties of the wet coat and then the effectiveness of using a towel. You know how you drape it over the paint or the hood, the panels, whatever, and then pull it to dry it. So I'm curious to see how that does. So that is the setup here. So we got the wet coat, the iron wheel cleaner, and the silk dryer. Now, like I said, this video is this wash is gonna be split into 2 videos. So I'm gonna start with the wheel cleaner, try that stuff out, and then we'll do the actual contact wash and everything like that. Most of that will be the OBDII stuff, so we'll check that out in a separate video. And then I will finish up with the wet coat and the silk dryer and see how that works. And with that, let's go ahead and get set up and see how this stuff works. All right, so for this iron wheel cleaner, let's see how this stuff does. I would say, before we get started, real quick. Okay, so on the side of the bottle, it says no odor. I gotta tell you, man, that's not true, right? So maybe it's like Clinton in the late 90s where, you know, he said, depends on what your definition of the word is. I mean, maybe it depends on what your definition of the word odor is, but I don't think I would say that this is no odor. I would say that so far, it doesn't smell necessarily as potent as something like Iron X or Iron Buster, but this stuff does stink. It's supposed to. It's an iron remover. Now usually I use P&S Brake Buster in a foam cannon, which you can obviously tell what kind of coverage you have because it is a nice thick foamy layer over top of your wheel. This stuff sprays on clear, although on my rotor I can see it immediately turning purple. All right, so let's get a shot of what this reaction looks like here. So that is very purpley. Lots of iron contamination on those rotors in the barrel. Of course, that's also stuff dripping from the rotors, but nonetheless, not a whole lot on the actual wheel. So you get a little bit of purple there in the corners and stuff. All right, so we're gonna let this stuff dwell for maybe about 2-3 minutes. What does it say? Shake well, which we did, 2 to 4 minutes. But don't let it dry. So important safety tip. So if there's one thing that I would say so far that I kind of like about the idea of having an iron remover mixed in with a wheel cleaner is that by the time I go around and do the iron remover step, the wheels are already clean. So I'm just spraying it on, letting it interact, and then hosing it off. So the fact that this is built into the wheel cleaning process and it is getting agitation, I think, you know, that's kind of cool because your wheels are probably the worst part of the car when it comes to, you know, having iron particles and stuff like that. So the fact that you are getting the agitation with this, I think that's cool. Dude, the amount of iron contamination in this is, I think, pretty substantial. Check it out. We're halfway through the wheel cleaning process. Lots of iron mixed in there. Now, one thing that I saw GYEON recommend when using this stuff is that you could fill your bucket with a little bit of soap to just increase, you know, the sudsiness from the soap and everything like that to mix in with the product. I will say, I think this product is sufficiently sudsy by itself, but that is probably a step that I might incorporate anyway. I don't think you need it, but it's not, probably doesn't hurt to have it. Another thing that I think is worth pointing out here is, so this is the second round of product that I have sprayed on the wheels. So in this case, just wanted to point out that, like, you could definitely tell the difference between when this product is interacting with any kind of iron particles, because notice there's a tiny bit of purple left over there, but like for the most part, it's pretty much just all white sudsy foam. All right, so let's see how we're looking here. I mean, that looks pretty clean to me. All right. And this is, again, very long road trip dirt coming off of here, so that is pretty impressive. Ignore my stupid wheel rash. That'll be getting fixed next week. Yeah, man, that looks pretty good. The rotors are looking nice. All right, so now I'm gonna go around and do the rest of the wheels, and then we will fast forward to using the wet coat and the towel. All right, guys, time for the wet coat. So I'm actually kind of interested to try this because normally my process would be after the contact wash to use the leaf blower, get the car most of the way dry, and then do the drag aid, which is like another 10 to 15 minutes. However, this stuff, we spray onto an already wet car. I got to rinse it again because it's been a couple of minutes, but we spray it directly onto the car that is already wet, 2 to 3 sprays per panel, and then immediately rinse it off. No dwell time. You don't use a microfiber towel or anything like that to buff it in. They say that it's not necessary, so I'm actually kind of curious if that means that you just be wasting your time because the product really works when it comes with mixing with the water on top of the car, or if using a microfiber towel would be somehow like detrimental to the application process. But either way, like I said, just gonna do this as recommended. 2 to 3 sprays per panel, bottom to top to let the product churn a little bit. leave it on the car a little bit longer as it's working, which is supposed to give you a better, better coating, better duration with leaving it on there a little bit longer. But again, don't let it just dwell. Don't spray and let it sit there. Immediately rinse it off. Other recommendations are not to use this in direct sunlight. So right now we got a good bit of cloud, so the conditions are pretty good for that. And of course, work on cold panels. And as always, don't forget to shake. Not bad. That has a pretty good effect on glass. Well, there are definitely hydrophobic properties at play there. All right, man, that is not a bad reaction with the leaf blower, right? I mean, it's not 100%, but you wouldn't really expect that unless you had a ceramic coating on it, which we don't. But yeah, man, that is pretty effective. All right, so here is the silk dryer. It is a pretty decent sized towel. So again, I usually always do a leaf blower, but let's see if the entire car can be dried with this. That is pretty crazy. That is just the hood. Just two swipes on the hood. That is not bad. All right, so I finished drying the car, and man, dude, so I wrung this out maybe twice. And by wrung, I mean like loosely wrung, but I tried to, get a little bit of water out, because after doing the entire top of the car, which it completely dried, you could see after that, trying to do the side, it was starting to leave streaks and stuff like that. So completely wring it out and then keep on going. All right, so this is pretty much immediately after finishing up with the towel. I was able to get the entire car dry with the towel. I didn't open the trunk, so there's still a little bit of water dripping out of there I have to get. But in terms of like the main panels, yeah, man, that's pretty impressive. I would imagine that maybe the hydrophobic properties of the wet coat sort of helped with that a little bit, because most of the water just sort of ran off the car after applying it. So there wasn't nearly as much to get off, but for what was there, dude, I mean, she's pretty dry. All right, guys, well, time to wrap up the thoughts on the GYEON stuff. That was like a marathon of testing all these different products, but let's focus on the GYEON stuff to wrap up this video. So first up, the wheel cleaner. And so, one thing I harped on was the smell a little bit and the claim to be, to have no odor. Again, I'm gonna say that's just not true. However, just for comparison's sake, because I had to know, I broke out the Iron Buster, right? P&S Iron Buster, just to, do a kind of recap of what that smells like. And I will concede that the Iron Wheel Cleaner is not nearly as stinging and potent as the Iron Buster, but it still has that same smell, right? So I don't know if you can claim no odor. And again, I saw that this stuff had been reformulated to have a sort of banana scent. Really didn't get any of that, so maybe this is the old stuff. Nonetheless, like I said, it's not quite as bad as an Iron X or an Iron Buster. I did use the entire bottle, so one of two things. Either I need to be a little bit more conservative of my use, or only use this when I'm gonna do a decon wash. probably both. So, you know, if you're gonna pick some of this stuff up, if you wanna try it up, I mean, you know, grab the small bottle and try it out and see if you like it. But in general, if you're gonna keep this stuff on hand, I would buy a bigger bottle of it. In terms of performance, I mean, I love how this stuff worked. And this is definitely something that I would use, again, anytime I do a decontamination wash, right? So, I mean, I thought it was just as effective at cleaning the wheels as anything that when I usually use P&S Brake Buster. Thought it was just as effective of that. And then also, I mean, it clearly did the iron decontamination, and you saw that with all of the purple and everything like that. So yeah, man, all around, I think this is a great product. And you know, this is something that I would definitely buy again and use for the decon wash. Okay, so next up is the wet coat. Right, so this stuff, I mean, I think this performed exactly as advertised. I sprayed it on, 2 to 3 sprays per panel. Sometimes it went a little more, depending if I was doing a big sweep of like the entire front grille or something like that. I might have done 4. Performance-wise, I mean, I think you could see it got really good hydrophobic properties pretty much right away. The other thing, and this is what I thought was really impressive, was the leaf blower test. So hitting that up with a leaf blower, and you know, and it's not to be expected that it would fling off as if you had a ceramic coating, because again, this stuff is not on par with the ceramic coating, but I still thought that it did a really good job of like whisking that water away to the point where there's not a lot left. Like it was a couple of passes with a leaf blower and most of that water was gone, and that was like immediately after the application. So I did think that that was pretty good. I still prefer like actually buffing something into the paint, but as an overall, you know, something to give your paint a little bit of protection. And again, in the case of mine, of Yaz, there was nothing on that car, no wax, no previous spray sealant or anything like that that was still on there. So this on a completely unprotected car, I thought it did pretty good. And lastly, the towel. This thing is still very weighty with water, and I was able to get the entire car dry, minus the crevices, but the entire car dry, all the main panels, with just one round of this, lightly wringing it out twice. So now for me, you know, I think I said this already, but I'm not really into using a towel to dry my car. I prefer to use a leaf blower. However, if you do not have a leaf blower, or if your leaf blower battery dies, which is happening to me more and more as my batteries have gotten older and they're very expensive to replace, this is not bad to have around. This is now the biggest towel that I have. All of my other ones are mainly for like, you know, drying towel, like not drying, but drying aid towels and stuff like that. I do have a couple of large ones, nothing this big, but dude, it was impressive. It got the car dry. Actually, last year, took Yaz to my kid's college because he had a car show, a campus car show. So we went out there, and beforehand, I hit the automatic car wash, the self-service one, and I brought a bunch of product out and everything like that, mainly just to use the pressure washer in the bay in order to get the water and everything. This would have come in handy for that, because trying to get the car dry with the towels that I had, which aren't nearly as big, I went through like 4 or 5 towels to try to get the car dry, and this would have done it in one round. So pretty glad to have this on hand. I will definitely be using it, at least for that in the future, if not when my batteries are dead. All right, guys, well, that is it for the GYEON stuff. So this was my first time trying any GYEON products, and I gotta say, I mean, like I said, I think they did a great job for their role in the wash process. No real big qualms. Again, except for I don't know that it would claim no odor, but like I said, it's not nearly as bad as something like an Iron Buster. I thought the wet coat did a really good job with the hydrophobics, especially on a completely uncoated car. And even though I am more of a leaf blower type, you know, this towel, it dried the entire car. So anyway, I will leave links to everything in the description below if you want to check them out. And again, thank you to Alex from GYEON for sending me this stuff. And yeah, if you did enjoy the video, consider subscribing, because the other half of this, testing and reviewing the Billet Hamburg products, will be coming out pretty soon. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.